find an escaped prisoner. He knew the criminal was hiding in one of these houses, but he had to know the exact address so as to not frighten the criminal away. First, he took a photo of the houses with the help of a drone. When he looked at the photo, he realized where the criminal was. So, can you understand where that fugitive was and what helped the detective find him? You have 15 seconds. Your time has started.
What helped him was that this car looks like they just parked in there in a hurry, and these people parked like this, and this is the only car that is different. But no, it's the blue car. It's the blue car. Because it's either this one, the one that has the car parked differently, or wait, where? No, these people. Let's see if I'm right. I'm sticking with this answer, but if it's a right car, no. I'm not good at this, so 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready to check your guesses?
Yep.
The murderer was in house A.
Yes, I was right.
You see, the car standing nearby was the only car parked facing the road. It would let the criminal escape quickly.
Yes, I was right.
Number 7. Detective's tragedy. One morning, the detective had an argument with his wife and went away without his cell phone and the keys. In the evening, when he returned home, he found his colleague, his scared wife, and a murdered man. Stephen's wife told her story. I was sitting in the living room when I heard the doorbell. I thought it was my husband and opened the door, but a criminal pushed me, and so I stabbed him with a knife. The detective ordered the policeman to arrest his wife because she had planned to kill him. How did the detective figure it out? Time to rack your brain.
Well, let's think. If she had planned to kill him, she said she thought it was a criminal. She thought it was her husband, and she stabbed him. You see, her story isn't really that smart. Why would she have a knife in the first place? She's wearing a dress. So, he pushed her, and she thought it was her husband. She had a knife. Why would she have a knife? Why would she even have a knife in the first place? She wouldn't know if the criminal was coming in or not. So, yeah, she was probably planning on killing him as soon as he came back. So, yeah. Dang it. I was about to see if I was right or wrong.
Unfortunately, Mrs. Stevens indeed planned to kill her husband. She went to open the door with a knife because she thought it was her husband.
I was right. Like, why would she have a knife in the first place?
Number 6. Friendly murder. Mary and Ben lived with their 4 friends. One day, Ben came home and found Mary dead on a sofa. Bummer. He called the police. The detective arrived and realized that Mary had been killed not so long ago. He interrogated all four friends. That's what their stories told. Mia was in the kitchen and said she'd come home 2 hours ago and gone to the kitchen. John was reading a book in the garden. He said he hadn't left the place that day. Jennifer said she had been swimming in a swimming pool for 3 hours. Jane was painting in her room. Unexpectedly, the detective asked everyone to show him their hands and found out who lied to him immediately. That person was the murderer. How did Stevens uncover the criminal? Time is ticking away.
Well, you see, their hand is wet. No one else's is. So, and she was painting. She was obviously swimming. Well, actually, she was in the pool for 3 hours. I mean, it was the one with the hand that looked wet. But it couldn't have been Jennifer. She was swimming in the pool for 3 hours. John looks like he's been reading. I mean, seriously? And it looks like they just washed blood off their hands. So let's see if I'm right.
Who do you think the detective was checking? Well, time is out. Here's the answer. Pay attention to the hands of Jennifer. If she had been swimming in the pool for so long, the skin on her palms would have been wrinkled.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jennifer, your pruny hands gave you away.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Didn't think of that.
Blood ties. A millionaire was shot in the forehead at his own home. Detective Stevens spoke to the millionaire's 3 sons, Jack, John, and James, who were at home. Jack said that night, John, their father, let me guess, the wife's name is Jane, I'll bet. Anyway, the father had been at an official reception. They arrived home and entered the living room. His father came in first, then John and Jack himself. When their father came up to the stairs, James entered the living room and shot their father. John confirmed Jack's information. James said he had visited his friends that night. When he arrived home, his father had already been dead. The detective understood everything immediately. So, who was the killer, and how did Stevens resolve that case? Tick-tock, Detective Stevens spoke to the millionaire's 3 sons, Jack, John, and James, who were at home. Jack said that night, John, their father, let me guess, the wife's name is Jane, I'll bet. Anyway, the father had been at an official reception. They arrived home and entered the living room. His father came in first, then John and Jack himself.
Okay.
When their father came up to the stairs, James entered the living room and shot their father. John confirmed Jack's information. James said he had visited his
Oh,
friend
I know what
that
it is. I know who it is. It's the tallest one. He literally looks like he doesn't care.
The detective understood everything immediately. So, who was the killer, and how did Stevens resolve that case? What do you think?
It's the tall one. It's the tall one. The one farthest away from the dad's body.
Of one brother against 2 others. A tricky case. Or have you already figured out what happened? Let's check if you were right. John and Jack lied. If James had killed their father, a bullet would have shot him in the nape because he wanted to go upstairs. However, the wound was on his forehead. All right, I was thinking it was Jane, but no. Number 4. romantic journey. Mr. and Mrs. Clyde went on a trip to the mountains, but 2 days later, Mr. Clyde returned home alone. He went to the police and said that Mrs. Clyde had fallen to her death. The next day, Detective Stevens visited Mr. Clyde and arrested him for his wife's murder. Clyde confessed his guilt and asked the detective how he found out he was the murderer. Stevens said he simply called a travel agent and asked for some information. What did the travel agent say to the detective?
Well, okay. So they would have ropes or something, and she would have been able to save herself if she would have fallen. So he must have pushed her off unexpectedly, or since there's there's no one else on the mountain, and plus the fact that there are ropes, he could have had a knife with him and cut the rope so she would have fallen. So, yes, he's the obvious murderer. I'm like, oh yeah, he's definitely the murderer. Okay, well, why would you murder, your wife or your husband in the first place? But why would it's obvious that, she would have had a rope, she would have saved herself, but he probably pushed her off, and then yeah.
What is your version? Did it have anything to do with the insurance, perhaps? You have just a few seconds left. Do you know the answer? The words of the travel agent shed light on the whole situation. Mr. Clyde bought 2 plane tickets to the mountains and only 1 return ticket. If only Mrs. Clyde had known. Hey, blame the Beatles. She didn't have a ticket to ride.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Number 3, liar. A man told the police that he had come home from work to find his wife's dead body lying in the middle of the parlor. He said she had apparently found his gun in his desk and shot herself. However, the policeman knew at once that the man was lying. How did he know? 15 seconds is all you have to solve.
No, I'm pausing. Well, just that face. Well, thing is, it looks like they got into a fight. There was broken bottles that's not even filled. There's a cup that's not even filled. Well, if it's his gun and it was in, he has the he's wearing the coaster, or whatever it's called, and the gun would have been in that, so he must have pulled it out and shot her. He pulled it out and shot her. That's an obvious answer. Because he has the coaster right there. You seriously need to think.
The policeman noticed that the man had an empty gun holster attached to his belt. It meant he'd either been about to take the gun with him or had it on him all along. The former couldn't be true because he said he'd come home from work and found his wife dead. That's why we are left with the latter. Not the latter, the latter, which proves that the man had actually shot his wife.
Yep, knew it.
Number 2, silly murderer. detective was speaking to a doctor in a waiting room when a dismayed man rushed in and screamed, "Somebody shot my wife!"
What's up with shooting people's
The
wives?
man to tell him everything. The man, Mr. Clark, said that he was at work when his housekeeper called him and said that something terrible had happened to his wife and that she was in the intensive care unit. He hung up immediately and went to the hospital. When Mr. Clark finished his story, the detective arrested him on the attempted murder charge. Why did he do this?
Well, I mean, the wife probably told. Well, actually, this is kind of tricky. I mean, if you people can get it, I'm just not good at this one. I mean, I think I've only gotten like 2 wrong. But seriously, if, like, why did he do this? Oh, why did he do this? Okay. Oh, wait, never mind. I remember. It's probably... Okay, so, actually... Shit. Well, actually, if... He's just... like... Oh my god, I can't think. Well, if he came home from work, found his wife's body. I don't know. I'm just gonna skip this one. I'm gonna count it as wrong. He came.
Can the detective read minds? What is your opinion? You have just a few seconds left to make your guess.
Yes, he read his mind. That's what I say.
In fact, Mr. Clark didn't know anything about a shot. His housekeeper only said that something bad had happened to his wife. No firearm had been mentioned. By the way, are you also keeping count of how many couples are killing their spouses? So much spousicide. What does this say about our society? Well,
That's true. I would not have found that out.
I digress.
I would have had to think for like 2 days. It would take a while.
Finally, number 1, the murder of an aristocrat.
Murder of an aristocrat.
George Smith was murdered on Sunday evening. There were 5 other people in his house. Mr. Smith's wife, I'm betting she did it. His personal cook, a butler, a housemaid, and a gardener.
Okay.
You want to see Olive?
No, leave me alone.
Here, take a look at Olive.
Trevor, I'm making a video.
With Birdie.
Okay. So it definitely wouldn't be the wife since this one's supposed to be harder. The housemaid. Well, the housemaid's supposed to be there like 24/7. The butler. The same. The cook. What the cook? I mean... Okay, we could cross off the cook. The gardener. The gardener would have been outside. So we could cross off the cook. And we should already know this is definitely not the wife. So we can cross her off. Which leaves the butler and the housemaid. But if this was a real thing that actually happened, let's just not cross out the wife. Let's just look at her face. George Smith was murdered on Sunday evening. There were 5 other people in the house. Oh, everyone was in the house. Why was the gardener in the house? It definitely wasn't the gardener. Why would the gardener... seriously? The housemaid looks so innocent. The butler looks blank. The cook is, like... okay, it's like, I don't even know the guy. The wife looks like she literally doesn't care, so she probably looks like she doesn't care because, I mean, maybe he was a bad husband. Or she's looking like, this is stupid, we're never gonna find out who it was, we might as well do something else. Or she's just mad because she's being accused of her own husband's murder. I'm saying it's the housemaid. I mean, just look at that face.
They all told Detective Stevens what they were doing that evening. Mrs. Smith.
Oh, it's not over.
Near a fireplace. The cook was making breakfast. The butler was giving instructions to workers in the living room. The housemaid was washing the dishes. The gardener was watering plants in the greenhouse. Right after all the conversations, the detective arrested the murderer.
Housemaid.
Who was the killer? And how did Stevens find the criminal?
It would definitely not be the
Will you
butler.
able to solve this riddle in 15
The cook. It was the
If you want more
cook.
time to consider this case, you can always pause the video.
It was the cook. Now that I'm thinking about it, if he was making breakfast... Wait, no. Actually, it's either the cook or the housemaid. It's the cook. Or the
Well, what is your answer?
cook or
The
the...
criminal was the cook.
Yes.
He was. I knew that all the time. The murder was committed in the evening, but he said he was making breakfast.
Idiot.
Pay more attention to what he was saying. You know what I think? Mrs. Smith paid the gardener to kill her husband because he was having an affair with a housemaid. It all fits.
Oh my.
So, let's wrap this up. How many riddles have you solved, and which one seemed the trickiest?
Well, the
Tell us
last
in the comments
one...
below. Share this video with your friends to
I
have
mean,
more fun, and
I kinda got it
remember to
right,
hit the like button. If
but I
this
kinda
video
didn't.
gathers 50,000
So I'm just gonna
likes,
count the last one as
there's
wrong.
a new portion of Detective Mysteries for you. And here's our final clue.
Oh my god, I can't. Like, seriously? This last one was really hard, but I got most of them right. So I got like 3 or 4 of them wrong.